G'day folks, it's the Maple Monkey here again with another video for you, a little chat about the Marvel United campaign that we've been sort of following along with, and just sort of having a little few, I guess, like fanboy sort of sessions about and that sort of thing. But yeah, just wanted to I sort of saw the reveals and stuff, I think, this morning before going to work and stuff, and then I've just been thinking about it, so I wanted to rush home and just sort of talk about how cool some of the stuff that's been coming out has been. I'll start, I guess, with some of the latest stretch goals and stuff since the last video. So we've seen another big one, sort of like Abomination, and who were some of the other big ones that we were thinking we would get? Abomination is one that comes to my head. There might be a couple others there as well, but Wong, we've got Wong now, which is really cool as one of the stretch goals. He's one of those ones that just has sort of felt missing. He's such a big part, I guess, of the MCU, so all of us who have sort of really sort of been following that, he's such a fan favorite sort of thing. It's really nice to have him in the game now as well. And for all the comic book fans, it's really cool that, they're keeping their comic aesthetics for a lot of these characters as well, so you sort of get best of both worlds there. Everyone can be happy, so that's really cool. Yeah, really looking forward to using him, and obviously teaming him up. We do need Madison though, so she might turn up in the game, but maybe just not where we think. So that should be cool. Apologies, I've stolen that straight from someone on Facebook or something made that joke already, so it's not mine, that's from Facebook. But someone did request that we get a token, a Madison token, and I've already sort of posted some hints suggesting that Minis from Mars should also be making the Madison token, so come on Simon, put this token in, so Minis from Mars has to make another mini. So that would be really cool. We've got, I can't remember if Blastar or whatever his name is, you guys can let me know. Obviously got the Aussie accent, so Blastar, or whatever his name is, Blaster. So we've got Blaster. He's coming in, big giant lion looking dude or whatever he is. No idea about him, and any of the other, so much stuff has come out recently, all this cosmic stuff, and I'm just like, this is all beyond, like, this I never even really got into or even really saw any of this stuff when I was reading the comics. I had no idea who any of these cosmic sort of characters are and that sort of stuff, apart from some of the ones that have been sort of dripping into the MCU and stuff. Yeah, no idea, but I'm excited because they all look amazing. Their stories sound like over the top and exciting, and I know a little bit, I guess, because of the Starjammers and they're sort of into the X-Men and stuff, so that Starjammers and all these guys, and yeah, just very cool. So yeah, Blaster sounds really cool, and then he sort of led into this Annihilation box expansion, one of the big expansions. A lot of people are excited about that, because when you're following the comments and all that sort of stuff, one of the big, there's the Carnage stuff and the World War Hulk, and you got these big themes that people are wanting, right, and have been sort of clamoring for, and Annihilation is one of those names I've been seeing a lot, or names of storylines I've been seeing a lot, and Annihilus, no idea who he is. At some stage I got confused and was thinking people were referring to what's the guy, Ultron, when he's like wearing all the Infinity Stones in that What If show or whatever. I thought maybe they were talking about him for some reason, and so for all this time I've been thinking, oh, they're talking about that. So when this came out, I'm like, oh, I was totally wrong. I've got no idea what I'm talking about. But yeah, some big characters like Quasar and all these big cool cosmic looking characters that go with the big sword and that sort of stuff. Phi Lavelle, again, no idea. I think I did know that Marvel was the original Captain Marvel or something, and so her surname is Vel, so she's like a daughter or something like that of his. So yeah, but really cool. So really, again, it's one of these things that's like, I've had my chance to be super excited about the stuff that I wanted actually coming out, and I'm awesome. And that, it's really cool to see, okay, there's a whole segment of people who have been really hanging out for this stuff. Bam, they got it. There were all the people hanging out for the Age of Apocalypse stuff. Bam, they got it. So we're all sort of getting there. We're all, have faith in the process. We're all getting there. So really, really cool. Who was the other one? trying to think. We had Siren, talked about her. I think I mentioned I'd like Siren. I like Siren because it means we sort of got a fuller sort of X-Force team, so we can have the Executioner, the Executioner's song fight between, I think, X Factor and X-Force. But we need Richter. I can't remember if I mentioned that we need Richter, but Richter's one now I'm sort of looking forward to as well. But, and also Richter shows up in the, he's like one of the first mutants that Cameron Hodge kidnaps in that storyline that I'm basing Cameron Hodge homebrew villain on as well. So it'd be cool to have Richter so I can put him in that fight because he's sort of like thematically supposed to be there sort of thing. So that's really cool. I'm trying to think of what other things we've seen. I don't think I had mentioned the Secret Wars, hadn't I? Because I think we talked a little bit about how Quake, maybe we just paint a pink or purple or whatever the color is, and that sort of hopefully will differentiate her a little bit. So I'm struggling to think of some of the other stretch goals that have come out. I think Ursa Major, we've talked about that as well. So the next big character, and this is a huge thing again for, we're talking about people who've been waiting for these things, and I know a lot of people have been asking for Hobgoblin, but there's one person in particular who has been very kind to me and was very understanding for me, unlike most of the internet. Well, where am I looking? Internet. Hopefully I was looking at the right spot there, but yeah, not a lot of people were supportive of Havoc and his jacket, understandably, but someone who was not happy, wasn't excited about Havoc and his jacket, but still was excited for me, was Andrew Fantasia on his channel, Digital Charcuterie. We all know that word now because of what's his name, Dr. Oz, and I can't remember the guy who was running against him that won, but yeah, charcuterie. There we go. So, but Andrew Fantasia, buddy, I'm there for you. Fist bump. Yeah, very excited for you. Really cool. Hobgoblin, awesome, classic character. Interesting. I wonder if this means we're not getting, everyone seems to just assume we're getting the big Sinister Six box at the end of the campaign. Oh, we're going to get the Sinister Six version 2 sort of thing. And awesome if we did, really cool. But I wonder if they would just redo something they've already kind of done. Like, we've already got that. Do we need another of that version 2? Says the guy who just wanted another version of Havoc, but still. So I wonder if this, and a lot of people were, I think, plonking Hobgoblin in that set of 6. They were expecting to see him there with those guys. I don't know enough about the Spider Foes to know if that's something that makes sense. Is he part of some other big group of guys that would go together like that? I don't know. But I'm wondering if he's come out separately like this, are we going to see a sprinkle of Spider Foes through the stretch goals now and not in a big set and the next? Because again, I guess these sets seem to be based on storyline. So unless there's some storyline about another Sinister Six group, I don't know if that's going to be something we'll see. But I've been wrong about everything else, right? So, but yeah, very excited for Andrew. Look, I'm excited about Hobgoblin 2, really cool. But again, I don't really know much about him apart from, he's a big Spider-Man fan, Spider-Man foe. And really, but, super excited, because he's going to make a lot of people happy sort of thing. Except, I do see that, man, we get all this cool stuff and we still complain because apparently his colour is slightly wrong or whatever, but I don't know, just paint him yellow, I guess. But, yeah, very cool. So, yeah, Andrew Fantasia, awesome. But I did mention before about wanting to play the Executioner's song. And this is another thing. I feel like I'm 2 for 2, and I didn't even see. I wasn't expecting these things. Havoc, never, I wanted him. It was one of those things I was like, we're never going to get that. No one's going to, why would we have that? And I never, we've got all these expansions. So all these storylines are coming out, right? I'm like, oh, cool, all these storylines. Wow, what's the storyline I want? And I was like, oh, Executioner's song. And I'm like, well, that's done and dusted, right? I want, let's get an expansion box with Executioner's song. We've got all the characters because they pretty much covered Executioner's song in season 2 because we got Strife and we got all of the X Factor team and we got all the X-Men and that sort of thing. So you could do the Executioner's song, just basically thematically picking your characters and that sort of thing. So done, all right? But then they released, like, my mind was blown. I was like, I was not expecting this now. I was like, okay, we'll get a couple more storyline boxes, campaign over, super excited, really cool characters, really cool modes, awesome. And the last thing people had been asking for, because they're asking for skirmish mode and they're asking for campaigns, and I guess we were like, oh, well, we got the skirmish mode, that's what we got. But now we've got the campaigns as well, and I'm super surprised again that we got these. Really cool. I say surprised, but they were the ones I was probably expecting more likely that's what we're going to get. But once they released the skirmish, I thought, okay, that's what we got instead, sort of thing. But now this is really cool. We've got these campaigns. And there's two things about this. I'm super stoked that we've got the execution of the song in that pack. I was like, oh, yes, awesome. So good. So, like, you know, because you've got Mr. Sinister's getting himself involved there. You've got Apocalypse getting himself involved. We've got Strife sort of behind it all. You know, all the teams sort of fighting against each other and then teaming up and meshing their teams together and fighting against these different bad guys. Hopefully we'll get to see those, what are they called? The dudes that are sort of like the lackeys of Apocalypse. Not like the Four Horsemen, but like his other jabronis that are just sort of like trying to live up to the name of these horsemen. Sort of thing. I forget what they're called. And they had a bunch of other guys that... maybe the Cortez guy and stuff was part of. I can't remember, but all these other teams were in there as well. But who knows? But yeah, very cool, awesome. And I'm sure heaps of people out there have also seen those decks and gone, oh yeah, that's the storyline I really love, and that's the storyline I sort of remember and stuff. So some really cool stuff there. Hopefully we'll get more over time, maybe even more in this campaign. Who knows? But the other thing I love about it is the design model of this campaign is sweet, because there was already a really excellent campaign mode by, I think his name was Dom or something like that, on the BGG. Fantastic campaign that allows you to sort of play through with everything. He's got these 2 giant maps. He's going to design another one now with all 3 seasons. And it allows you to basically go through with a campaign system and rules about unlocking characters and equipment, or not equipment, but like bits and pieces and stuff. So you can go through and use everything in your collection and play against everything and play with everything, and really, really cool sort of thematic way of going through that and doing that. It doesn't have like a true story in a sense to it, but it's a way that you can organize your plays. Like, you know, who do I play today? Or, you know, if you're one of the people that's like, get sort of analysis paralysis about, you know, who do you pick out of the box to play with? This gives you this pathway that you can do it, so you can make sure with a game system within it where you got to check off boxes and you can get stuck or you get defeated and stuff, but it gives you like a way to go through and systematically play everything. Really awesome campaign. And I love that the CMON have chosen to do something that's in a completely different footprint, a completely different area of campaign play to that, so that I sort of feel bad sometimes. All these new characters are coming out, and those folks on Etsy that have sort of like, you know, really been filling the gap and putting these characters out that you know we were wanting. It's like, oh, it feels like we're sort of almost sort of running that sort of stuff out of business, if you know what I mean. And I've made some comments before about, you know, supporting stores like Marvelous Custom Print and places like that. And that's really cool. But I'm really happy that like Dom now still has that, you know, he's got that world he can play in where he can make those campaigns, if you want to play that style, where you just basically sort of just need a bit of direction about who you choose this time and which bad guy you're going to take this time. There's that. And then, you know, so if you're just looking for like, I want to sort of go through a systematic way of playing everything, great. But this is a campaign system for if you want to sort of just play through a thematic, like an actual, you know, true retelling almost of a storyline sort of thing, and with thematic events that happen and that sort of thing. Just amazing. Sounds really cool. And 2 very different campaign modes, so they don't step on each other's toes. You know, it's like the coexisting, you know, the giraffe and the gazelle still living in the same thing because they're eating different food, you know, so they're not eating each other out of the same area. So really cool. Very happy with that. And you know, there are some actual, I keep talking about Dom's system, there are some really cool campaigns on BGG if you go have a look as well that are sort of in a different vein, and they're actually probably a little more similar to the Simon one that we've just seen now, where they sort of a bit more storyline based, and you read a little story before each one, and then you sort of like play with a certain number of heroes and this and that. But still, all of those ones that I've seen so far, as far as what I've seen, I haven't looked into them really that much, but they seem like they're different enough that it's a different thing, so you can still get different experiences. So you can play your campaigns from the Simon official decks, and then you can go, oh, that was fun. Now I want to play like this storyline or whatever from someone online, and now I want to do like the big overarching, play with everything. So yeah, really, I'm super excited about that, because I'm so happy that they've released a campaign mode that's different to what we've already experienced as well. So, if you've played through these great campaigns from BGG, there's still another way now to play campaign play as well. So yeah, just really cool. And I'm really liking the sound of all these like little unlocks. Like if you do a particular thing, it's like little feats or something in the game where, little event things that pop up and stuff. So, and that adds to replay, because you might have played against whoever it might be, but have you played against this person and really tried to make sure you did that threat first, or whatever it might be. So yeah, very cool. So I'm super happy. Not a lot of stuff has come out since the last video I did. I am hoping to film tonight, fingers crossed it all goes well, the Cameron Hodge thing, so hopefully in the next couple of days that'll have uploaded or whatever. So looking forward to that. I've just put all the I've digitized the files into these super high quality. They look like the most basic things, but hopefully the guy that I've got making the digital version of it can use the basic stuff I've got. Essentially, as long as he gets the text, that's what he needs, because he can do all the icons and stuff, but yeah, so he can take the text I've got from those and put them in. So hopefully we'll have some official cards at some point soon. My contact I reached out to do the art has said that they're hopeful that they can get that done. So I've sent some sort of concept pieces, like things from the comics, like this is sort of the look I'm looking for and that sort of thing. So they've responded and said, yeah, they're happy to do that. So I'm assembling a team. I've got my guy who's good at art. I've got my guy who's good at computers. Don't have an archer yet. I still need an archer, but we're getting there. We're coming together. We've got the guy who makes models. So we've got Senator Kelly. So I've assembled a crack team to make this Cameron Hodge a reality. So that's coming as well. So hopefully that's really good. Really excited for. Is it sometime? I guess for me it's like 4 a.m. or whatever. So enjoy that live stream or whatever that you guys are going to be watching. But yeah, some new big expansion or something is probably going to come soon in the next day or two. So yeah, campaign's coming to a close, but we're getting lots of great new stuff. Really excited. So hopefully you guys are as well. Hope you're looking forward to Cameron Hodge, hopefully. But yeah, it's exciting times at the moment with Marvel United. So really, really happy with that. So that's all I really wanted to say. Yeah, looking forward to maybe doing an unboxing too. I just received this in the mail. Oh jeez, gosh. Big giant Vindication all-in box thing. This is just the sort of like almost the empty version. We've got some expansions and stuff too. So man, there's a lot of stuff going on. Gonna go see Dave Chappelle on the weekend too. So I don't know if I'm gonna get this unboxing done. So we'll see how we go. But yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to do some videos. The only thing is it's the beginning of the school term too, so I've got to make sure I'm sort of focused and that sort of thing. So we'll see how we go. Got to work balance, work-life balance. Got to keep that going. So thanks guys. Have a great one, and yeah, good luck with the campaign. Hope you guys get the characters and things that you want out of it as well. If you haven't got them yet, I'm sure they're still coming. So well, hopeful. So anyway, awesome guys, thanks very much. Thanks for all the folks that support me and in the Meeple Monkey Facebook page and the Meeple Monkey what's the other one, Instagram thingamabob and all that sort of stuff. So all those guys that are sort of regulars there and always supporting me, thank you very much as well. So and we'll catch you on the flip side. Meeple Monkey out. See you guys. Bye bye.